Hello everybody and welcome out to the August edition of the Pod of War Games Cast. I am your host Gizmo, I'm joined as ever by masofdas.
Hello everyone.
And today we are going to be talking about games. I think the third generation of games. I think we decided on after an hour of deciding.
Yes.
But then to pull the curtain back. So Chris, what have you been playing?
Well, I've currently been playing Pyre on the PS4.
Which is Supergiant Games.
Yeah, Supergiant, who did Giant Sister and did Bastion. The game obviously has a lovely art style, like those two games. Mm-hmm. It's slightly different, but similarly, you look at it and go, "Ah, this is Supergiant game." So the game plays a bit like Oregon Trail, maybe a bit like Banner Saga, but I've not played Banner Saga. As in, you've got a cart, and the cart's going across this world, and during that you encounter other people, you talk to them, you have like options, dialogue options, and everything like that. So very similar to Oregon Trail. I think Banner Saga does that as well.
I think so.
But then, as far as Banner Saga does that, and then do combat, so you like fight and everything.
Like
yes, this is the sort of thing. In Pyre, you have combat as well, but the combat is basically sort of like a basketball game. Right. Similar. The whole point is you want your freedom. You've been outcast from the Commonwealth, basically, and you're living in, I think it's called Downwell. So you're in this like thing. You want to get your freedom. To get your freedom, you've got to be these basically 8 teams that all represent one of the like scribes and like gods in the games, basically. And then to beat the team, you basically play this game of basketball. You get the ball, you move your character, and you get it in the fire. The fires are called pyres, sort of thing. They're called rights, the thing. Only one character can move at a time, and they have to win at a time. So sort of like reverse netball. It's like you can't move when you have the ball, but you can sort of thing. Only one player can move at a time. Get the ball, you can like pass, shoot, fly. Like all characters, there's different characters, all fantasy characters. So the demon woman, Jordario, she's like huge, massive. So she's slow, but she does like a really hard like attack. So she hits the other part, and then she scores a goal because she's so slow. It takes her a while to get the goal. She gets more like points. The goals have like 100 points, and they come off. Now, like the really fast character, because he can get goal really quick, he only takes 10 points over. So there's like strategies like which one's going to get the goal. When they score a goal, you lose that character, so you can go down to like one character. So if you get hit and stuff, so it's sort of really interesting. It's had really good reviews. There has been mixed things. Some people really like the story aspect of these characters and don't like the sports aspect of it. And I've seen other people really like the game but don't like the story aspect. There is a versus mode, but it's a local versus mode that is no online sort of thing, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's really good so far. I felt like I almost finished the game last night, but it feels like it's going to continue on and you're going to fight a bit like in God of War and Greek mythology, where you have the old gods like the Titans and the new ones like Zeus. It sounds like it may go that sort of route. So yeah, it's really good.
Nice, and that's on PS4 and PC.
Yes.
It's like 15 quid.
Yeah, something like that. I pre-ordered it. So
Supergiant are good, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's their It sounds like it's third game syndrome, so they want to try something different. Bastion and Transistor are relatively similar.
They're
relatively. From an artistic perspective, they're isometric and all that stuff. Both incredible games.
Yeah,
both
really
incredible
good.
games. If you haven't played Bastion, play Bastion.
Transistor is really good as well.
I slightly prefer Bastion, but that's because I play it on Vita, which is like the best way to play any game.
Yeah.
Obviously Undertale coming this month.
Mm.
So, woo! But cool. Is that what you've been playing officially, or are you playing the hundreds of indie games?
I played it since this. I finished Blackwood Crossing.
Right.
Which I platinumed.
Nice. That's how many minutes did that platinum take?
It took me 2 hours to finish it because I had to finish it twice. So an hour each minute.
Oh.
It's like a point and click adventure.
Yeah, I think you talked about it on the last episode.
Did I?
I have a feeling you did because you said you were going to buy it.
Yeah, okay. I may have talked about that one. Play some Splatoon 2 on the Switch.
It's a great game.
It is a great game. Some Fuel Tetris.
Also a great game.
It is pretty great.
Playing that on Switch, so yeah.
Yeah, playing that on Switch. that is like the handheld Switch game I'm playing at the moment. So I've got something else on TV, so I'm watching like a podcast on TV, and I'm playing that on.
Did you get it physically
Switch.
or digitally?
Physically.
How many are you on now?
I got 8 or 10 physical things.
It's not bad, but
and I traded in arms as well.
Oh yeah. That's come out since I last.
We talked about Crash Bandicoot. Oh, Final Fantasy
12.
12.
Did you play the tutorial when you've given up?
I played the tutorial.
Predicted?
No, I've not given up. I want to get back to it. It's just I wanted to finish Horizon Zero Dawn, then I got distracted by Splatoon.
Did you finish Horizon Zero Dawn?
No, I've not finished Horizon. And they got distracted by Splatoon 2 and Pure Tetris, and now Empire. That's about it, really. I haven't even gone back to play Overwatch and Doomfist, who's come out as well.
That is some sad times.
That is some sad times. Doomfist is supposed to be really good, but some games start soon, so new costumes as well. So might go back to some more Overwatch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing. I absolutely destroyed Crash. Beat all 3 of those games in like a week.
Yeah.
Loved it. Haven't 100% of them. I think 2. I'm actually like not far. I could probably platinum 2. I'm not far from that. But I've lent it away, so that won't happen anytime soon. So the PS4 is now back in its rightful place under a cupboard, gathering dust. Then I picked up. So my girlfriend's basically stolen my Switch. If you follow me on Twitter, you know the plight that I've had. That we bought a Switch. We bought 1 Switch stupidly. We should have bought 2. I should have listened to Chris, which is something I never usually say. We should have bought 2. So she's obviously, like you said, Splatoon 2's come out. And she's hardcore Splatoon. Like, she played the first one at 150 hours. She's already on to like 30 hours or something stupid as Splatoon 2. Like, it's ridiculous. I can't get near it. We had to buy a second controller because she wanted to have one that was always charged. Yeah. So I've been buying Wii U games, actually, which is a hilarious 2017 fact that someone's playing Wii U. I got Pikmin 3. I beat that game 14 hours, beat it straight, loved it. Not big on the Pikmin games, really, but I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I really liked it on the Wii U as well.
It looks really good. Yeah, it plays really nice.
Yeah, it's just something about it on the Wii U. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, the controller was perfect for it. Like having the touchscreen for the map and be able to move around was really good for it. So I did that. I picked up Breath of the Wild and Tokyo Mirage Sessions for the Wii U. I'm playing Breath of the Wild at the moment. I really want to get into Mirage Sessions because I have an urge for Persona, but I don't have an urge for Persona 5. If that makes sense. I don't know why. I want to play that type of game. I just don't want to play Persona 5. It might just be the PlayStation. That might actually be the issue. It might be because I don't want to turn my PlayStation on.
No.
But I don't know. I'm even happy to pick the PS3 version up. Try that. Just so I can feel better about that. But I don't know. But so I'm gonna play that. I've also been playing lots of Xbox One because I am again the only person that plays that. So I've been playing Gigantic, which it's been in beta for about a year.
That's the MOBA.
It's kind of like a third person. It's a third person MOBA. It's kind of more Overwatchy than it is like League of Legends, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's PC and Xbox, and it's crossplay and everything. It's really good. Like if you run on your PC, I really do recommend it. 'Cause it's really fun. If you're kind of bored of Overwatch, like because it's got a very very like Wind Waker art style. It's very colourful. And it's slightly different to a MOBA, and there isn't like towers and stuff really. It's more sort of like in waves. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. There's some new characters out as well, so I've been playing that. And I've gone up to Gears of War 4, which is madness. I never thought I would because it's my least favourite Gears game. But the multiplayer is really good at the moment. Horde mode's always great, and multiplayer's great. The story mode's just crap. That's the problem with Gears 4. But yeah, I mean that's about it really. I mean it's just anticipation, like I said, because I can't go on my Switch. So otherwise I'd be like Mario Rabbids this month. Wow. But because I can't get on it, that's kind of had to go to the wayside. But yeah, I mean, I suppose we can talk very quickly about August releases now. Yeah. Because it's quite a big month.
August is
a really big month.
Personally, I think there's a few games like Pyre came out late July, and I'm playing it at the moment, so it almost feels like an August game. But August really, to me, doesn't really get going until the 23rd, which Uncharted comes out. But then you look at that week.
Oh, that's not true. You've forgotten a game. Oh, Chris, I'm really disappointed in you. What comes out before, Chris? Sonic Mania.
Yeah, but no, you look at how many releases I'm saying. So if you look at all the releases that come out on that day, and then after it and stuff, the 29th of Mario and Rabbids comes out. I think there's something like 12 releases that day.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like 13 games on Switch this month.
Yeah, so it's like really sort of kicks off, and it looks like it's going into that holiday full season, that Q4. With like all the games come out.
So I've got a little list here, so I'll quickly go through them, see what we think. So obviously, yes,
You're not using my list, don't you, never?
I'm not because I can be asked to bring it up. So yesterday we had Tacoma.
Yeah.
For Xbox, PC, Mac.
Yeah, I really want to play that game.
I haven't picked it up yet. I will pick it up if someone tells me it's really good. So, and I do know the guys. Like Steve Gaynor, isn't it? Yeah. So they're pretty good guys. Ark Survival comes out. We're not going to talk about that piece of shit. Okay, because have you heard about the price jump?
No.
So it was in early access.
Yeah.
It's been £30.
Yeah.
It's now been it was £25. It's now been bumped up to £50
right.
just from going from early access to it's no different.
Okay.
Just from going from early access to full release, it's up to £50. So people are kicking off like that. Lawbreakers comes to PS4 and PC.
I played the beta, the closed beta.
What do you think of it?
It's actually really good. It does remind me of Unreal. What's sort of the whole point of it?
So.
The only problem is, and it has an arena.
Mm.
You have you have classes of characters and stuff. They sort of have personality. The only problem is, if I want to play first-person shooter and I'm going to play with my mates with class-based, colourful characters, I'm going to be playing Overwatch.
It feels like the PlayStation Gigantic, but the key difference is that it's not free to play. So I think it's budget, isn't it? It's £20.
Yeah,
it's not full release.
It's 25. Limited runs have been physical.
Oh, that's cool. I've heard that it's good. I've heard that it's really good.
It's actually really good. It's just like everyone I would want to play that with.
Is playing Overwatch. It's the if you're bored with Overwatch games, isn't it? Really, like Fortnite is the same problem for me. If that game didn't have such a bad financial model. I don't know if you've seen the Fortnite financial model.
I haven't.
It's basically free to play, but it's not. You need to buy a founders pack because the second year it's going to be fully free to play. Right. So you need to spend £35 to get in, and then it's got free to play elements all the way through it.
Okay.
Which is a shame because it looks really fun. But okay. August 15th we had Agents of Mayhem. Don't really care. It's the Saints Row game. I don't really like Saints Row 3 and 4. Actually, 2 is my favourite, which people think is weird, but it was a really good game. I don't really. It's too over the top. For me, it's just and the controls aren't really great either. You got Nidhogg 2, which is PS4, PC, and Mac. Did you play Nidhogg 1?
No.
Really fun in the game. Really great local multiplayer game. Really, I honestly really recommend it. You probably really enjoy it. It looks like there's a bit more of a single player kind of thingy. We've got The Observer, which is
a VR game.
Is that just was PS4 and Xbox One, so it can't just be VR.
I thought it was VR. I'm sure it was.
It's on even on Linux, so that's exciting. Team Linux. Again, this looks like a horror. This looks like a horror game.
It might be a different game.
It might be. You're thinking of. Again, I have nothing to say about it because I don't really.
No.
Then we got the big one, Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
Coming to Switch, PS4.
I'm buying on Switch.
PC. I'm unsure because obviously I don't have my own Switch yet. So I might get it on PlayStation 4 for the D-pad, or I'll get it on Xbox for the achievements. Or honestly, I might wait, and that might be the first thing I get when I get my Switch. But I mean, let's be perfectly honest here. If you want to play a good Sonic game this year, it's this one. Don't play Forces. I know Forces is physical.
I will play Forces.
Well, you're gonna have to. I want you to video it. Like literally, like don't. And when I mean video it, I mean like you need to video it from you opening it, putting it in, and then your first reaction at the first 2 levels. So I'd love to see what you think. I've heard really bad things about it. Hopefully that's wrong. August 22nd, Uncharted Lost Legacy, PS4.
I think I will be getting that.
You'll definitely get it. I will probably get it for Christmas because I just haven't got the money at the moment. It's an Uncharted game. We play as Chloe.
Yeah.
Nadine. They said it's a little more open world. It looks like everyone says it's good. It's an Uncharted game, so I don't get how it would be bad. It's on the Uncharted 4 engine, so I imagine it's great. I mean, again, it's Uncharted. Like, I'm a bit annoyed it's not DLC, but hey.
Well, it's now 8 to 10 hours.
It's like it's like £20, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not expensive.
It's originally supposed to be like 4 hours, and it's like double that, mate.
Now we got Chris's big one, August 25th. We got Madden NFL 18, Xbox One and PS4, not PC, which is weird. But again, it's got the
It's not last year in consoles, though.
No, it's not. It's the first year. Is it the first year?
No, I think they've done that for a while.
It's a couple of years now. FIFA definitely still is. You can probably get FIFA on PS2. It's got a story mode this year.
Yeah, which you don't actually play football.
Which you don't. It's just a story mode. So it literally looks like it's the NCAA thing. That's how, again, I don't really know American football that well. So
yeah, you start at the bottom, you go through NCAA, and then you go through your, get drafted to proper team and all the stuff. Great.
Nice.
Yeah.
The next game is probably the poorest, most unlucky game of the month because I think this is probably going to be a bit of a sleeper hit, but I don't think it's going to sell very well. That's Absolver.
Yeah, it's mostly going to get rated really highly.
It's like a really good For Honor. A really good.
And it's like MMO like as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got big maps and stuff. Like it's cool. If that takes off, people will really enjoy it.
I just don't
worry
think
that
people
I just don't.
like people will be playing on
I mean, you got
doesn't
the same day you've got Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle for the Switch.
Yeah.
We've talked about it post E3. It's one of my sleepers for game of the year. I think people are going to really like it. It looks good. I didn't even know. I was watching a video that Kind of Funny did a couple of days ago. It's got full local co-op. I was like, that's really cool. That's really from an XCOM game. That's really interesting. So yeah, I presume that
the real big ones at the end of.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. But I think that's going to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, I got the collector's edition coming for a big masofdas rabbit.
Oh, you managed to get it.
Yeah, I managed to get. I got it for game in the end.
It'll probably be a Christmas jobby for me now, or it'll be a bundle with my own Switch. But so 31st, last day of the month, you've got Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Yes.
On PS4, Windows PC, and Xbox One.
Yes, mate.
This is a prequel to Life is Strange, which is a very good.
Like.
Yeah, what are they called? Like adventure game, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not a walking sim. It's an adventure.
This one's only a 3-episode job.
No, there is a fourth one. If you pre-order it and you pre-order the collector's edition, you get a bonus fourth one where you play as Max.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah,
because
the 3-part episode is all about Chloe and her friendship with Rachel Amber, which makes sense, and that is what they're selling you. That is what the whole premise of the game is.
Bonus.
But there was a bonus 4th episode.
See, I
haven't
heard of that. That sucks.
Which you play as Max. I don't know what you do while playing Max. It could be like 30 seconds long. I don't know how it fits into the universe.
I hope whatever it is, they release it to the public afterwards, because I think people get really annoyed. I know it's Square Enix, so but
it's not much different in price either. It's like the standard edition is like 20 quid. It's like 24.99.
It's always just getting it, though, isn't it? That's always the issue with those editions. Or if you don't know, like I didn't know that. Like, we're pretty clued up. I had no idea.
Yeah. But that is like, apart from Mario, that's like my most excited game for
this month.
Yeah.
I mean, Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania is pretty good.
Uncharted, I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah, it's
Tacoma, I'm pretty excited about.
It is such a good month. Yeah, Tacoma's the first game I wish I had Xbox One.
Tacoma I might actually play tonight. I don't think it's like
expensive. It's the first game since Gears of War 4.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot. There's been an indie stuff.
Actually, I might play Gigantic if I had one.
Gigantic,
but it's not something I would be like rushing out to download.
No, you should get it on PC.
Well, like Tacoma, I would have rushed out and downloaded.
And the last game, which is strange,
is Resident Evil.
Is Resident Evil Revelations, but only for PS4 and Xbox One
at the moment,
because they're doing a version that comes with both versions of the game for Switch. So just wait for the Switch version. Surely that makes sense. But so that's our releases this month. Like I said, it's actually a pretty good month.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's a very good month. And it's really the beginning, because September's okay. October's really fucking mental. November, and we still got stuff.
This is the typical November.
We still got stuff that hasn't got dates yet.
Yeah.
So
like Fire
Warriors, and Pokken's got a date now. That's up for pre-order. Xenoblade hasn't got, that'll be December, if January.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. And like, who's gonna have time to play Xenoblade?
Well, it's gonna be a good December game, hopefully. I'm even after Christmas.
I'll get it for Christmas, but it's like I imagine I'm still gonna be in Mario, because that's what 27th of October.
Yeah, that might be.
Oh, dude, that'll take. Like, you see me play a Mario game? I like 100% that shit.
See, I was just.
You'll just be like, I've got 20 stars and I've beat the boss. That is completed. Next game.
Exactly.
Like 100, like 200 fucking stars. You're like, I've got 10% of that.
Hey, 100% is Super Mario 64, so.
Yeah, but everyone's 100% Super Mario 64.
And I think I might have 100% Sunshine back in the day.
Oh, I don't know. I'd be impressed if you did, because Sunshine. Some of those levels are hard.
You may have done that.
The Galaxy.
Because obviously back then
you could only buy one game.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I may have 100%ed it.
Those are the good old days.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to the topic of the show.
Yes.
The topic of the show is the third generation of video game consoles.
Yeah, we skipped first and second because we looked at them and we didn't really know anything about them.
I'm sure you would like us to sit and bullshit about the Magnavox Odyssey 2 or 1, or the Fairchild 1 or 2, but we thought, you know what, it probably makes more sense to talk about the third. So, the third consists.
The only ones I would have talked about in Gen 2 would have been maybe the 2600 a little bit and the Intellivision, because I had both.
The biggest problem with the first and second is the most honest answer is me and Chris were born in 1990. So any anecdotes or experience we have is after the fact, and that stuff's always influenced by. So like, I probably know more about the 2600 from the Angry Video Game Nerd than I know about my own experience.
Yeah.
So it isn't fair on the console, and we just don't know enough about it. In terms of third, we'll very briefly talk about the 7800. very briefly because again we probably neither of us
It
really
existed.
played one.
There you go.
It came out. It was better than the 5200, which was a piece of shit.
Oh.
But no one bought it. There you go. That's the first. That's the 7800 for anyone asks. We're not going to talk about any different weird ones. So we're going to talk about the Nintendo first. The Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah, almost would
It's the Nintendo.
We'd call it
it's the
Nintendo.
NES. It's the NES.
Yeah. Like parents back then would call it Nintendo.
And that console came out. I have to get the bloody thing back. I think it was 87. But
Something like that.
it's probably earlier than that actually.
It might be an 86.
Might be 83.
Oh yeah, it's way earlier, wasn't it?
I'll tell you what it was though, Chris. It's before we were born.
It was before we were
It
born.
was before we were born. So it was released in 1983. It was released in Europe, which is where we are.
Yeah.
In September 1986.
Nice.
Which is 31 years ago.
Mm.
Which is mental.
It is.
It's very hard to talk about because obviously, to anyone that's listening that's American,
Yeah.
obviously on Chris's channel you probably get quite a lot of American viewers more than you will English. The NES was like huge. It was super important to everyone, and everyone has a story about the NES when they were young. In the UK, I mean, in Somerset for at least, it wasn't that big a seller.
No.
It really wasn't. I think it did like we looked at it, it did about 8 million outside of America and Japan.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot.
No.
At all. When you spread that across all of Europe, there's probably like 3 or 4 million. It wasn't well advertised in the UK. They were quite expensive, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of
Because
games.
we had microcomputers as
We
well.
had the BBC microcomputers and obviously the console we're going to talk about in a minute, which was more popular. So it's kind of like, right. So the NES memories. What are your NES memories? I mean, my NES memories now are more from the NES Classic. As stupid as that sounds, because I do have an NES Classic. I know I've said that on like every episode just to taunt you. And playing like I played games like Mario 1, 2, and 3. I played that at like a cousin's house or whatever, and I played Duck Hunt back in the day and stuff like that. But my first experience with like Metroid or The Legend of Zelda, really. I mean, Legend of Zelda was the first time you played it. Probably the same as me. It was probably the GameCube.
I played Ocarina of Time on N64, but
I meant the original because I had the collector's
Yeah,
edition.
the collector's
That's probably the
edition.
first time I played the original Legend of Zelda. Because I didn't know how to unlock it in Animal Crossing. Obviously, there was no virtual console at the time.
No.
And used games for NES is like madness in the UK. Like I don't think I ever saw one when I was like 10 or 11. I mean, I ever walked into like game exchange and was like, oh, it's an NES cartridge. I mean, that's just not something we saw. But it was a great console. It had a lot of great games.
Yeah.
A lot of great games. Like even like I've got like a list here. Even like the bottom of the list is like Metal Gear. You know what I mean? And Life Force and Kung Fu and stuff like that. And, I've been Ninja Gaiden, Killer Chris. Like my main memories for that game, like now playing it on my NES Classic, is Castlevania's hard, but it's really fun. Metroid's absolutely rock solid.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like the theme of the console. The theme of the console was that there wasn't a lot of space. It was like 4 megabytes, if that. Maybe even less now, like a megabyte. So you had to make games hard because you couldn't make them long. So, apart from Zelda and Final Fantasy, which of course didn't come out in Europe. So this is the thing, and when we get to the next gen, because I'll have a lot to say in the next gen.
Yeah.
Because we really suffered from Nintendo because of localization, which is why it's so hard to talk about. But what are your memories of the NES?
Yeah, I had an NES. I didn't have one as a kid. Didn't really know anyone that had one or anything like that. Like I said, my first console was the Mega Drive, and next generation. I don't know if my uncle had one or ever, because I remember obviously he was a bit of a gamer. That's how he got me games. So he may have one, or he might have been microcomputers or something like that. Don't really know. But when had like the shop and stuff, and that had them come in, so I just kept it myself. Actually at one point I had a load of games, and when we had a different retro video shop in Exeter, I remember going there and like buying NES games. I think I remember playing like 30 quid for Donkey Kong or something on NES. Yeah, so I remember having quite a decent NES collection. I had like Donkey Kong, I had Kirby's Adventure, I had all 3 Mario games, I had Metal Gear, I had the second one, which isn't the proper second one.
Snake's Revenge.
Yeah, the Turtles game on there, and Duck Hunt. Don't think I had Metroid. Don't think I had Zelda. I had just a few weird ones. I had like the NES open tour golf game, which has got Mario on the front cover playing golf.
Was it just called Golf on the Game Boy?
Yeah, it was just called Golf on Game Boy.
Yeah, that was the equivalent.
Yeah, and I had a few things like that. Like my favorite, obviously favourite NES game by measure is Super Mario Bros. 3, followed most probably by Kirby's Adventure. Kirby's Adventure is like really good for the NES. It's like,
I mean,
how did that game run on the NES?
I played that. It was one of the first games they gave away for this. If people remember the Sufferers, it's called the Wii U.
Yeah, it was like one of the 20p games.
It was one of the games. It was like 30p. It was
Yeah.
like that, balloon fight, Metroid stuff. So I remember again. That's the first time I played Kirby's Adventure. Really great game. They did remake it, which is kind of the issue like that I have with the NES, which is funny because that's what we talk about now. But like my memory of the Super Mario Brothers games is Super Mario Bros. All Stars.
Yeah.
Which is the better graphics. So that's how I had that Super Nintendo when I was a kid. So that's like how I remember.
Yeah. See, the difference is
they still play well, by the way.
I think I'm gonna say it's around 2000. Let's say 2002 when the GameCube came out.
When the Dreamcast was dead.
Yeah.
Just gotta get it in there.
So the GameCube it's got 4 games now this week, and so the GameCube came out, and that was my first Nintendo console. I played Nintendo handheld, so I played Pokemon.
Yeah.
It was the first Nintendo console I bought, and then I like sort of wanted to go back to Nintendo, and I had the opportunity with a desk comes in the shop. I can take that home with me, so I had the opportunity to do that as well. So I would have moved to play Super Mario Bros. 3 for the first time on NES, not SNES.
Yeah.
Because I would have gone.
Because you're a Sega kid, aren't you, traditionally?
Yeah. So I'd have played it on like how it's supposed. And then when I bought a SNES, when I moved from the SNES to the NES, then I would have bought All Stars and gone, I've already played this on NES, if that makes sense. So I basically went back and learned Nintendo's history, if that makes any sense, starting with the NES.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's like I said, in Europe, it really didn't have the impact that it did in America.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. Like a lot of most of the big franchises started on NES. You had Zelda, Metroid, Mario, and
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy,
Mega
Man, Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
It's called. We've got Dragon Warrior.
Dragon Warrior.
Whatever it's called over here. Ninja Gaiden, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You got
Metal
Gear, Castlevania. Like honestly, like you just list Mega Man. Like you talk about.
Yeah, maybe all
these games.
the high school,
Punch Out.
all the big Japanese.
Yeah, because this is when like Miyamoto was at his best, and like Iwata and people like that were Sakurai and people like that. So, it's really hard to talk. It really is hard to talk about the NES because every memory you think you've got is pretty much like a later thing. Like I don't remember them. I never saw one in the shop. Did you ever see one in the shop?
Not really.
Like in the early 90s.
No.
It was just again.
You didn't really go to game shops in like the early 90s.
Well, you go. Should we go shopping with like your mum or whatever? What is? Yeah, it's kind of just one of those things, really. Just happens.
Yeah, it's weird.
But so next we're going to talk about the Master System. I'm going to make a very quick phone call where Chris starts off the Master System chat.
Okay, the Master System. Oh, that is a weird one. Because I obviously started first with the Mega Drive. But I remember having a Master System. I had the Master System Mark 1. I don't know where it came from or how I got a Master System Mark 1, but yeah, I got one. I've not really got that many memories of it. I don't really like the Master System, and to be honest, it did really well in Europe. We're talking about the NES in numbers. It did huge numbers. Like the NES, I can't remember what it did worldwide. Let's say it did 50 million. It only did something like 8 in the whole of Europe. The Master System did 8 million just in Brazil, and did stupid numbers in Europe. Sega basically got here first. They were quite cheap as well, and obviously we had microcomputers. The Master System's got a decent library, but most of it I would have played on the Game Gear. So yeah, really weird. I can't really think of like the best Master System games. Like Phantasy Star mostly stands out quite well. If you like an RPG, you got Alex Kidd. You had the Sonic games on there, but obviously they were more slow and methodical platformers due to the limitations of the Master System. So yes, it really worked. But obviously it wasn't the first one. You had the Sega obviously did the SG-1000 in Japan and stuff like that. So the Master System was the Mark III in Japan. When did it actually come out in Europe? I can't even see a European date. It came out in 1986 in North America, which is the same year as the NES, to be honest, but only a month later. So for right now, Nintendo I believe Nintendo sold the NES in like toy stores and stuff like that because the whole video game thing was weird at the time because obviously the crash of the 2600. That was like the main thing you could talk about. The 2600 is like the market crash and everything that everyone wants to go back to and how overbloated with that. So yeah, really really strange. And Dave is currently on the phone, so we've got to really wait for him to come back. See what he says about the Sega Master System. He will have more memories of me because he had about. Remember, the reason Master System did so well was the Master System was only 100 quid as well in the UK, where I don't know how much the NES was, but the NES was $444. No, 100. No, they were both $200. So I don't know what it was in that thing. But yeah, the Master System don't really have much memories of it. You do though.
I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Chris, I hope that Chris filled that with excitement. I hope that's everyone's favourite new section. Right, so the Master System, for me, was my very first games console, which I've said on here before.
Even though you're younger than me, it's weird.
Even though I'm like a month younger than you, yeah. My dad bought a Master System in 1992. He said.
See, I had a Mega Drive in 1992.
Yeah, we weren't that well off, and he bought it for the kids. My brother was 1 and I was 2. So it wasn't really for the kids, but I have a lot of memories of the Master System. The Master System, like I'm sure Chris already said, was huge in Europe.
Yeah, it was.
And I knew a lot of friends with them. I actually had a Master System 2 model, which was the rounded model, which is the better looking model, but it's not as good because it doesn't have RF or anything on back.
And you put cards in the Mark.
You can put the cards in the Mark 1, yeah. But I played my very first game, which was Paperboy, which was classic. It still looks great. I mean. The thing with the Master System over the NES is the Master System was just a little bit more powerful, but very slightly. It had more colour. It was much brighter and much bigger sprites and stuff. Like Alex Kidd was a great. Like compare Alex Kidd to Mario. Mario's a better game. Alex Kidd looked way better.
I don't know. Mario Bros 3.
Mario Bros 3. I mean that's the end of the console. It was like 94, 95 when it was like very late.
Yeah.
It was just before. Like I think the Mega Drive was out when 3 came out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And I played the Sonic ports for the Master System. I had Sonic 1 and 2, and they were ported. They weren't as good. I really enjoyed those games. That really got me into Sonic. It's like I'm sure Chris said, like he's the Sega guy, but like I started with Sega. Like I don't know how I never got a Mega Drive until like last year, but it's like the Master System had some really cool games. Had Fantasy Star, which was amazing.
Yeah,
that did come out in Europe.
That was especially this is the problem I now got. We're talking about the full gen. With the NES and the Master System, like you've got great memories of the Master System. I don't really have memories of the Master System or the NES. I played them both much later. I said I had a Mark 1. I don't know where it came from, but I remember playing Terminator on it when I was a kid, and I had one. I have no idea where it came from. But so the NES and the Master System, they both played much later. And the NES library to me just absolutely trounces over the Master System.
The NES library in Europe, it's hard
because you still had the Mario games.
Yeah, it's hard because I think
you still had Castlevania, you still had Metroid, and you still had Final Fantasy, didn't you as well?
Not in Europe. The first Final Fantasy we got Mystic Quest, and the first mainline one we got was 7.
Yeah, but it was 7.
It was 7's the first mainline we got. I think honestly, the problem now
because if you compare like the Mario games to the Sonic games on the NES.
What you're saying is it's quality over quantity. I think there's probably more decent games on the Master System, but there's more great games on the NES. I mean, like,
what would you fill of a Master System classic with?
Well, I would definitely. You'd have the 3 Alex Kidd games. Yeah. You would have Fantasy Star. And Fantasy Star is like legitimately good. Yeah. The Prince of Persia port was really good. And we've got a list up here. The Wonder Boy games were amazing games. The Wonder Boy games really were. It R-Type and stuff and the TurboGrafx. There was some cool stuff. Like Operation Wolf was great. There's a lot of ports from the Mega Drive. That's the problem. Is like, but if you include like the Brazilian releases, you got like Street Fighter 2 and stuff on there as well.
Yeah.
The Master System's a strange beast, man. It's so strange.
Yeah, because it's like
had some really good Disney games. I remember playing the Tasmanian Tiger game.
Yeah.
And Looney Tunes.
It doesn't have obviously it was Alex Kidd, Warren Boy that stand out. Like if you look at any of these consoles, they have a stand out. Like that's the point. Like the Mario Bros 1, 2, 3 for the NES, Sonic 1, 2, 3 for the Mega Drive, Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time for this, Halo for the Xbox, and Fable or something. And then you look at Master System, and you go,
It really is. It really is a Sega problem because of the Saturn is also.
Saturn's even worse.
I also feel the Saturn's okay. For me, like if you're gonna say to me, right, what is the one? If you're gonna play one Master System game, it's Phantasy Star. It's that good. Like Phantasy Star, you can play now and it still looks and plays fine.
Yeah.
Like that's. I think 2 was also on the Master System. I have a feeling 3
But
was
then
the
if you
first
play
one.
Fantasy Star, then you want to play 4.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like, if you're gonna talk about like that consoles, like you know, by that argument, if you're gonna play Mario, I suppose that's actually a really bad argument. If you're gonna play Sonic, you're like, oh, I'll probably play Sonic CD, but who's buying a Mega CD just for Sonic CD? Yeah, it's a great. I mean, the Master System is a great budget console at the time. I don't think it was very expensive.
Plus, the thing is now, if you want to play retro games, it's cheap to buy and retro games are cheap.
And the big thing as well about Master System,
There's tons of games everywhere.
It's not just that; it's that the boxes were hard case.
Clamshells,
They were clamshell hard case. They had the classic white checkerboard thing on it, which I really like. I think it looks so uniform. It's beautiful. Like I bought a Mega Drive. I've talked on the show. I bought like 6 months ago. I bought Mega Drive and a couple of games. I'm probably more likely to go out and get a really big Master System collection than Mega Drive, just because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Like, my memories of the Mega Drive are from a friend, basically. The Master System had it's really hard. Like if you're gonna collect that generation, honestly, I'd collect Master System purely because you can get NES games everywhere else. Yeah. You can get physical NES games everywhere else. If the GBA had them, you can get like compilation discs on like the GameCube and stuff like that. Like there was ways about getting.
And so expensive as well.
They are very like in Europe, man. Try getting like Sonic 1, 2, and 3. Sonic 1, 2, sorry, Mario 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, then what?
Sonic on the Brain. They're the cheapest games because they're the best selling games and they're not that cheap.
No.
They're like compared to Phantasy Star, Sonic 2, Alex Kidd. You know what I mean? Like Proposition. Like you get so many games for the Master System. Sensible Soccer was on the Master System. If I remember right, it was great. It was a really good port of that game.
Yeah.
R-Type's cool. But obviously Paperboy. I need to get a copy of Paperboy. I've had 3 Master Systems. This is the most Chris Pengelly console I've ever had. So I had my very first Master System, which my parents gave to a cousin. Yeah, they just gave when they bought my SNES. Mine and my brother's SNES. They just gave it away to my cousin. I'm like, fuck. I bought one for £5 in pennies from a friend when I was like 9. Because his dad was like, oh, we're just going to check this out. I was like, oh, well, I have £5 in pennies. If you want that £5 pennies, I'll give it to you and I'll have that Master System. And we also had the built-in game as well. You talk about that?
Yeah, Alex Kidd or Sonic.
It was Alex Kidd, Sonic, and there was the F1 game was in Europe as well. Because obviously Europe liked racing games. Even in 1987, they liked racing games. But yeah, the Master System is the European console. People will remember
it's a Brazilian console, really.
Yeah, well, now it is. Yeah, it still sells in Brazil.
Yeah.
It's actually to the point at which Brazil and Europe, we actually, because in the US you had a power-based converter for just the Model 1 Mega Drive. Over here and in Brazil they did one for the Model 2. You can get a Mega Drive 2 power-based converter to play.
Really hard to find.
They are very hard to find. They obviously didn't make many, but you can play Master System games on your Mega Drive if you wish. And again, if you're going to collect a Mega Drive Master System games, I would kind of recommend if you can get one of those because it's just easier. The picture quality on the Mega Drive is actually way higher than the Master System. So, but yeah, that's the 3rd gen.
Yeah.
That is the shortest of our conversations, but the 4th gen we've got a lot to say.
Yes, it's an interesting gen. It's 4th gen, and
it's what we started to grow up with.
And it's sort of everyone wanted to sort of have a go.
4th is the beginning. The 5th gen is madness. The 5th gen is that's the one where me and Chris were like young children, like 4, 5 or 6, 7 years old. Like behind Chris, there's a Mega Drive and a Super Nintendo, so that's not a problem. There's no Jaguar in here though, so
it's Jaguar.
Still, it should always be a Jaguar in this room.
Yeah.
But that's our little 3rd gen chat. I mean, if you've got any other stuff you want to put in the comments and talk about all the light guns and the zappers and all that. And stuff.
Oh yeah, the zappers, great stuff.
And the Mega Drive one was the Master System one was a complete rip-off of it. It was great. The phaser, I had one of those.
Good times.
The Master System was a great system. The NES is also great. They will do a Master System collection, Chris. I'll buy one. See what else they had for it. Sport Party, nothing to say. So yeah, that was our very quick chat about 3rd gen. Our quick catch up. It's a bit hectic this month, which is why it's been as a kind of a very eclectic podcast. But we will probably be back with a bit more structure next month, knowing what we're actually going to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully be able to time it a bit better with work and stuff. So thank you for listening. If you want to catch me, you can catch me at UFGismo on Twitter. If you can catch Chris at masofdas and catch Chris on his YouTube channel, and my massive bio has.
Yeah.
It's just to be hard to say. I expect this video will go on that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for listening. We'll see you next month.
Yeah, see you again.